Hi guys, back on the issues with the ESC and servo on the printed boat. After the last video, lots of people commented that it was probably just low voltage coming out of the BEC section, battery eliminator circuit section of the original ESC. So I've rigged a few things up here so we can actually measure the voltage. Right, got it plugged into this servo tester, but then out the other side of it I'm just measuring the voltage. So if we plug it in the right way around, and we're getting 4.87 volts, which is a bit low. For comparison, if I plug that battery into another one that came with the boat, where's the other end of that? Plug that into there, plug that into the ESC tester, servo tester, 5.01 volts, and then for some random examples, I've got an old ESC there that I was using on that hard drive motor. That's plugged into a 2S LiPo battery. That's coming in at 5.03. If we unplug that one, plug it into, I've got another ESC on the table here somewhere. Oh, there we are. One of those cheap little 20 amp ones. Plug that into there the right way around. And plug the battery into it, would be handy. I'll put it over there. Ooh, 5.7 volts coming through that one, which is an interesting comparison. So of the 4 ESCs I've just tried there, the one that's in the boat certainly does come out the lowest. That one's coming out at 4.7 volts, which when I use my ordinary servos or my existing servos is still quite enough. If I plug that into there, right, that's with that ESC. Unplug that one, plug in this one, plug that in there, that in there. That's quite happy. Unplug that, stick that out the way, plug in that ESC. Okay, again that's perfectly happy. And then back to the original one in the boat. Plug that into there. And that servo's quite happy. So the ESC in the boat with my ordinary servos is happy. It's when we use we'll now call it the low voltage ESC with the higher grade servos, we were getting a problem. So it's probably wouldn't have come up if I'd have been using my servos, but it was the supplied servos and the supplied ESC. It appears that supplied ESC is low voltage. The only thing I haven't done there is disconnected the motor. Let's just see what happens then. No difference. So it's just a possibility if there was some feedback going through the ESC to the motor, but that doesn't seem to be the problem either. So yeah, it looks like that particular ESC is giving us a low voltage, and the low voltage is affecting the way the servos operate. I would demonstrate using one of those servos that I was given. Unfortunately, I've taken it apart and used the bits, so I can't. There is another one somewhere, but if you can spot it on the desk, you're doing better than me. I think we've done enough on this servo incompatibility thing, ESC and servo incompatibility. Yes, the suggestions that I got in there, it does look like that ESC is giving us a low voltage supply for the receiver or ESC, receiver or servo. Getting all tongue-tied now. Yep, I think that'll do. Right, I couldn't leave it like that, could I? I managed to find one of those servos that I was given. So I've got them both plugged into the servo tester. Still got my meter wired into it so we can measure the voltage. Got the original ESC in the boat. So plug that in there, switch it on. 4.8 volts, and if we watch these, we've got all the lights flashing on there, which I'm guessing means that it's dragging the voltage down and it's going back into setup mode or initialization mode. Yeah, we're all over the place, aren't we? That one's moving on its own. That dropped right down to 4.4 volts then for a second. So it looks like it's that servo is drawing more current than that ESC can supply. If we swap this back over again to the other ESC, swap the battery over, where are we? Okay, so we've got 5 volts. You can see this one works, it's a slower turn than that one, 2 different servos. Did I call that ESC just now? I keep getting, I'm an old guy. But we've not got that overcorrection problem that we were getting before. So yeah, it looks like the ESC that I've got in the boat is giving us low voltage on the BEC, battery eliminator circuit, to feed the receiver, or in this case servo tester. That doesn't matter if I'm using my cheap eBay servos, but if we use this one that I've been given, which I can't quite make out what it says because I haven't got my glasses on, but it looks like something like BRS Hobbies. High torque, 4.6 volts to 6 volts, so it should be quite alright with what that one's chucking out. Well, on its limit, I suppose, 4.6 volts. Was that? No, sorry, that's my eyesight. 4.8 volts. 4.8 volts to 6 volts. So yeah, if it's dropping down to 4.7, then it's not getting the voltage it wants. Have we done this one to death yet? Have we done enough on it? Never had a problem with ESCs and servos and receivers and servo testers before. It just looks like it's an unlucky combination. And if we change the ESC, we'll be okay, or if we just stick to the servos that work, we're okay, they're within the range. I know I said I'd done it to death, and I have, but just watching this one go, it's almost like it's got built-in expo. This one shoots round, this one just drives itself gently. I expect it's lower gearing, that's what it is, isn't it? There's probably an extra set of gears in there. Yeah, that's probably all it is. So this one's got more power.
Hey, thanks for watching. There's plenty of videos on my main channel with more added daily, so don't forget to subscribe and enable the notifications to keep you up to date with my new releases. You can help keep my channel running by donating $1 on Patreon to buy me coffee. You can always find more information in the video description. Thanks again for watching.